Today on the channel, you've got the first of the Legacy United Doom and Destruction collection sets. We've got Malleus Minotaurus, Chop Shop, and Barrage on the way I got it figured.
The way I got it figured.
What's up, figure fans? We I got it figured, back with another Transformers Legacy United review. This time we're looking at the Doom and Destruction collection. So I guess we're going to call it a 3-pack with Barrage, Chop Shop, and Malleus Minotaurus. So the Doom and Destruction collection is the sort of sequel to the 2 years ago Wreck and Rule collection, where they had a bunch of wreckers. Why is this a sequel to that? Because these guys are all members of the Mayhem Attack Squad, which is the opposite number to the wreckers. The guys in this set, besides Malleus Minotaurus, who hilariously gets top billing even though he's like a core class type figure, a battle master so to speak, is Chop Shop and Barrage, which were deluxe Insecticons from 1985. Hasbro owns those characters' names and everything like that, but the original toys were made by Bandai, so they could never really be reproduced, like some other figures that were brought into the line from Bandai that we know of. But they fall under that same category. Additionally, we have Ransack here from the Creatures Collide 2-pack from, I guess what I want to say 3 years ago now. I mean, it was still Legacy, so I guess we want to call it 2 years. We're in year 3 of Legacy, so we'll say 2 years ago. And he did not get a review, but because he is a deluxe Insecticon like these guys, we're going to give him one now, along with them. So, looking at the packaging, we got some really nice artwork here. I really dig the art. I like the tentacles. The tentacles remind me of Octo Punch, even though that's not what they were doing, because this is not Octo Punch. But Octo Punch was on the Mayhem Attack Squadron in the last IDW Record series, a part of the 2019 IDW continuity. And you got your Malleus Minotaurus, and you got your Chop Shop and Barrage. And then on the back, you've got your product shots with the transformations, steps, not too many, 11, 10, 6. And it's pretty cool. I like the idea. So Mark Mayer, one of the designers, likes to come up with little stories for certain things of why things are the way they are in terms of how you build a set. And the idea is that Malleus Minotaurus is a, I guess he sits mostly in hammer mode, but he's the hammer of Solus Prime, one of the original 13 Transformers, and the wreckers just kind of, keep him in a, kind of like a display or monument or something like that. But Chop Shop is a thief, and he steals anything not nailed down or even nailed down. So the idea is they bust into Wrecker's headquarters and steal Malleus Minotaurus, only to find out that Malleus Minotaurus is a Transformer. And obviously mayhem and everything ensues. So it's a cool story. I pretty much created a quick stop motion to kind of capture that whole idea, along with some other ideas, but you'll see that at the end. So we've looked at the packaging, and we're gonna get these guys out and see what we can see. All right, so we got everything out of the package, and all our little parts that we got extra. So one of the cool things about Malleus Minotaurus is he gets an extra blast effect. This is the first time this blast effect has appeared in anywhere. I guess they had it sitting and they just never gave it to anything. The only other time we've gotten this figure is Smashdown from Earthrise, so it kind of makes sense. And of course, this is the blast effect that Smashdown normally comes with, so you get an extra thing there. Then you get all of the normal accessories with Chop Shop that Shrapnel would come from, as he is he's actually the most straightforward of the two. You know, he's the most straightforward redo. His pincers are different, his head is different, but everything else is the same. He has these extra arms to give you the correct appearance for Chop Shop, but they actually come off, you know, they're 5mm pegs. And yeah, I mean, but it works, you know what I mean? That's how it should look. Then of course you've got Barrage here, and Barrage is basically like Bombshell, but instead of his chest being Bombshell's chest, his back is Bombshell's back. Bombshell's chest is his back, and Bombshell's back is his chest, so that they could accommodate the Stag Beetle head, which, you know, if you have Bombshell on his back, it kind of looked weird anyway. It looked like something was supposed to go there, so we kind of could see that this was probably going to happen. And I think that's super ingenious the way they did that. He also has extra legs to put in his 5mm pegs as well. So while it's cool that they get the 5mm pegs, it does sort of make their weapons a little bit more cumbersome, because they can't really store them. Those 5mm pegs are the storage on the regular Insecticons. And then we've got good old Ransack here, again from the Creatures Collide Legacy Target exclusive pack, and he is a straight redo of Kickback, except that, you know, well, it's not an exception because these are the same things that came with Kickback, but you use them a little bit more in his Grasshopper mode to give him a little bit more of a thorax-like appearance, like the Ransack figure had back in the day. He also came with an alternate Kickback head. If you wanted to change the head out and give him a Kickback head, you could do that, but obviously, why would I want to do that? Out of the figures in that set, he was number 2 on the list of things that you would want out of it anyway. The other one being Goldbug, who did get a review. So yeah, so there you go. There's your robot modes on those guys. To talk about them a little bit in turn. We'll start with, we'll start with Barrage. Move these guys out a little bit. So Barrage is sort of like a gunner type character, has a lot of high firepower, blows things up, and also has electrical powers like Shrapnel too, to some extent. He's a really cool figure. Bottom half, Shrapnel, same as Bombshell. Top half, Bombshell. The weapons are the same, but you know, you could store them together. So I stored them together because, again, you can't put them anywhere else. So you got your 360-degree rotation on Barrage. Then we've got Ransack. And Ransack's a pretty cool figure. The deluxe Insecticons don't get as much play, so I forget their personalities. You know, they're G1 characters, and of course I know who they are, but they didn't get any media at all, really. They were just toys, so I have to remember their stuff pretty much from their tech specs. And I can't remember what Ransack's whole deal was, but I remember that he could kick, you know, just like Kickback, he could kick through a plate inch of steel or whatever. He could kick through more than Kickback. That's the main thing I remember about him. So there's your 360-degree rotation on him. And then last but not least is Chop Shop. And Chop Shop, as I said before, is like a thief. He steals anything, everything. Steals from the Decepticons, steals from the Autobots. He's like a compulsive thief. You know, medium range, kind of powerful. Nothing, not like a weak character, but not like a super strong character either. But he was pretty decently powerful. So there's your 360-degree on him. And then of course you got Malleus Minotaurus. And Malleus Minotaurus isn't gonna get a 360. He's like a little guy. But he's a smash down. Basically, he's a smash down. And you can transform him very easily. Just transforms in 6 steps. I think I've done this enough times with smash down. Transforms into a hammer. And like I said, according to Mark Mayer, he's the hammer of, he was like the assistant to Solus Prime. And I guess he got involved in a direct way. So there he is in hammer mode. You can stick his blast effects on either side. So I guess when he hits, it's like a double effect. And there you go. You know, and it's cool to show this in the video because in the stop motion, I don't use the blast effects for this guy. But you'll see why. So there you go. I'm gonna get these guys transformed into alt mode, and we'll look at that. All right, so we got our 3 deluxe Insecticons in insect mode, and they all look pretty cool. And we've got Ransack transforms into grasshopper, locust, whatever you want to call it. But of course, you got his thorax there, which the original toy had a thorax. So that sort of differentiates him from Kickback. Then you've got Barrage in Stag Beetle mode. And we should go ahead and show here that he has the Mayhem Attack Squad logo on his leg. But looks really cool. I really like what they did. It looks Looks good. And then we've got Chop Shop. Chop Shop. You know, I mean, he pretty much looks like Shrapnel, except he's got better legs, you know, to add to the appearance. And then tab that in all the way. And that's where you really kind of use his shrapnel gun there. And he also has the Mayhem Attack Squad logo on his leg right there. So, you know, they put it in an innocuous place so that if you just want to have them be deluxe Insecticons and not really acknowledge the whole Mayhem Attack Squad angle, you don't really have to. I think that's cool too. And obviously, it bears mentioning that there were 4 deluxe Insecticons. We only have 3 here. But Venom already been announced for next year. So you haven't seen the last of these guys. That's for sure. We'll see them again in about a year. Alright, that's going to do it for this one. I'm going to move on to final thoughts. Final thoughts on Legacy United, Doom and Destruction, Barrage, Chop Shop, and Malleus Minotaurus, plus Ransack. You know, the deluxe Insecticons always had a certain charm. Back in the day, we used to call them Rite Aid Transformers because that's where you mostly would see them. But they were pretty cool. They're kind of some of the unsung heroes of Transformers in the sense that they didn't get any cartoon play. They didn't even get any comic book play. They were just toys that were part of the line. And so it's nice to see Hasbro kind of still acknowledging these figures. I'm still looking forward to Venom coming out next year. And that'll be cool to finally complete this set. And I'll certainly be completing it. As for where I got to figure rank, I'm going to rank the box set a solid 9 out of 10. I think that they did a really good job with these guys, and I would probably give Ransack a 9 as well. I believe I gave Kickback a 10 way back in the day. I'd have to check, but he's no less than a 9, and Ransack is no less than Kickback. The flavor that they added to make these guys sort of unique from the original Insecticons, given that they have to be kind of retools of them. It's great. Malleus Minotaurus, if you have them, you already know what it is because you have Smashdown. So yeah, good figure there too. So that's going to do it for this one. I've been sitting on these guys for a while. I've been trying to get to other things, of course, but we've got more Transformers on the way. So please stay tuned for that. Till next time, everybody stay safe. See you on the next video. Peace.
The way I got it figured.